And there we go. All right, all right, all right.
Yeah,
Drew, G to QB, let's go. And what's your thoughts on the season, bro?
man.
As
Listen,
you were
these
saying.
injuries, man. The fact
Mm-hmm.
that they don't get to hit, their body doesn't. They don't get used to the
Mm-hmm.
physicality until
Right.
the season starts. Really, you
Mm-hmm.
know, a
Mm-hmm.
couple hits here and
Mm-hmm.
there, and the people who have the biggest advantage of the preseason are the people fighting for jobs.
Right. Because they're getting the most contact.
Exactly.
Yeah. And you got to build your body up to that callus to those hits, man. Because
Right.
telling you, that's what the preseason is for. But I understand injury. You got a lot of
Yeah.
money invested in players. I get it, but still, it's nothing like live bullets, man.
Right. I mean,
Not
you
like
you really want you have all this money invested, but at the same time, you're not protecting your money because you're not allowing their bodies to. You know, it's like what do you call it? Counterproductive.
right. Yeah.
It's actually counterproductive. You're
Right.
rolling the
Right.
dice with your product, and we're seeing that. Like we've already lost the offensive lineman for the season
Mm-hmm. I saw that. Damn. Already the 4th week.
already. Aren't even a quarter through the season.
It's the NFL, man. Yeah, that's still the nature. It's still football, man.
Yeah.
Still football.
Yeah, I mean, as long as it's going to be physical, especially in the trenches, you got to
Oh
let
man, they get hit every play, man.
right.
Every play. So,
Every play is physical contact,
hmm
and now you taking that away and hoping because that's what you're doing. You're hoping that they can make it through the season.
yeah, 17 games too, bro.
Right.
I mean, as a fan, we got a different perspective, but as a job, oh my goodness, can you imagine, man?
No,
It's a lot.
I cannot imagine it.
It is a lot, bro. I mean, I can't. I never been to that level, but I know guys who have, and the work you got to put in, man, is when everybody else sleeping, you work, especially
Right. I
if
mean,
you want to be successful at it.
right.
So
You want to
yeah,
be at the top of the game. I mean, even
right,
if you want to take
right,
people who played in high school, remember that's seven more games than your regular season.
right, yeah, yeah. So your body is your asset,
Yeah, that's your
most
paycheck.
valuable asset. Yes, your
The best,
livelihood,
the best ability is availability.
all the time, all the time. If you ain't available, ain't too much you can do, bro.
Right. Sit
Ain't
there
too
and
much
hold
you
that
can
that
do.
clipboard.
Right. So let me ask you this now, because a couple of weeks back I asked you, I said, well, if Russ gets healthy, does he come back and become the starter? What's your thoughts now, a couple of weeks later?
It's a toss up, even more of a toss up now that they finally
Drew, I gotta
opened.
give you pushback, bro. Come on, bro.
It's even more
Really?
of a toss up. I mean, the only thing that, well, I'll say 80% of wanting Russ, of allowing Russ to start, would be the fact that the OC would open up the playbook more. So it's not a knock on Justin. It's more of a knock on the play calling because you see the handcuffs they put on him really the first few games, and when they
Yeah, yeah.
finally opened it up when they got down, which everybody was saying, well, this defense, I mean, this offense, what are you going to do when they get down? We see they get down
He
and they
he he
open up that
carried he
book.
carried the team. He carried the
Yeah,
team. He
yeah.
carried the team.
So my thing is
And
now I want
and
to I
and
want to see
after
him
that,
with a
you
whole
still think
game.
and and
I want
after
to see a
that,
whole
you
game.
still think Russ can come in and there still be the continuity of the offense and the timing with the receivers and the offensive. You still think all that'll be there if Russ was to come in now?
There's certain variables that I see in Russ that Justin doesn't have yet. Now, as Justin progresses and he gets those things, then that's why I said, back then I said Russ needed to be the starter. Now I'm saying it's a toss up. So there is a progression. I'm watching him grow,
Oh
but
yeah, yeah. He's definitely ascending. He's definitely ascending every week. Yeah.
yeah. So the thing that I want to see more of him now is a better distribution every game with the receivers. That's all. That's what I'm missing in the offense. A
Yeah.
better
It's still
distribution.
early. Yeah, it's
Hmm.
still early. And I think at the trade deadline, the Steelers ought to look for a receiver, man. You know, to
They're waiting
complement
to see what that
Pickens.
rookie's going to do, and
Oh,
he'll
that Wilson kid,
yeah,
right?
Roman Wilson.
Wilson.
He
Yeah.
should get a chance to play before the trade deadline, and they'll be able to see at least a couple weeks from him to see if he's progressing from week to week or whether he needs some work when it comes to the speed level or what. But yeah, what will make Justin more dangerous is still having Pickens as the number one, but having it where they can't focus on Pickens.
Right.
That's gonna that's
They
gonna be
can't
the
double
biggest
cover him. Yeah. Yeah.
right.
They can't double cover him.
And some of those guys
And
can get open.
oh yeah, yeah. 'Cause what's the number 19? What's the kid name?
Austin, Calvin Austin.
Yeah, yeah. He's a nice slot, bro. He's a
That boy got some
nice slot.
wheels.
Oh, he got some quicks, man.
He got some
A
wheels.
linebacker can't stick it. Ain't no
Mm-mm.
fucking way. Ain't no
No.
way.
And a safety's only gonna be with him but so long.
Yeah, because he fast.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah, he a nice little slide. Justin be hitting him too.
Yeah.
I say, boy, look at here,
Now
boy.
I'm gonna tell
And
you what
see,
was impressive.
hmm,
What was very, very impressive was the ball placement on that touchdown pass in was it Denver or was it the
mm-hmm,
Chargers? To
mm-hmm,
Because he didn't lead the receiver to the point where
mm-hmm.
he could get, smashed. He threw it a
Right,
little bit back. So like I said, I'm watching
right.
everything. I'm not watching it like the average fan. With a quarterback, I'm definitely watching ball placement. I'm watching
Got
time and
to.
I'm watching how he's looking at the field. So
Yes, yes. And
yeah,
man, and here's the thing, man. He was doing the same thing in Chicago with less.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
he was just
yeah.
a scapegoat in Chicago, man.
Of course, of
And that's
course.
bullshit because every time I go back and forth with cats about Justin, all they mention is the numbers, the numbers, the numbers. I said, listen, man, the kid came in his first game, he got sacked 9 times. You tell me what's the issue.
Yeah,
You remember that Cleveland game when he came
yeah.
in?
And you got to
Come
think
on,
about it, they
man.
played Cleveland. You know what I'm saying? One thing that
Dude,
Cleveland has is a good D
they
line.
had they had Clowney and Miles Garrett and
Right,
wasn't chipping neither one of them. I'm
right,
like, come on, are you serious? And through all that, he had Cole Komet. He got some weapons. They traded David Montgomery, but the kid ain't really had no weapons, man. Let's be honest. He
right.
ain't had no offensive line,
And
you
that's
know.
what I was
But
telling Pittsburgh fans. They was like, "Oh, look what he didn't do anything in Chicago." I said, "Chicago and Pittsburgh are two different animals when it
way
comes
different,
to what he has to work with."
way different. And the coaching,
Well,
Matt
yeah,
Nagy. Come on now, Luke Getzey, bro. Really? Get the fuck out of here, man.
yeah,
Nah, it ain't gonna work.
yeah.
Yeah. And
Especially a
despite
young
all that,
quarterback.
right?
Yeah,
And despite all that, he was still ascending.
yeah,
Despite the lack of coaching, despite that lack of having the proper weapons, he was still winning, still showing that he can, lead a team and win game. Man, they let the wrong, and you see what they got now. Not
yeah.
saying he
Same
won't be
problem.
good. Right, right. Not
Same
saying
problem.
Caleb won't be good, man. I'm not
Yeah,
saying he won't be. He probably will be good because he got talent. He
yeah.
got talent.
You got to put something
But
around him, though, man.
right, you got to give him a line, man.
Yeah.
It ain't fair to ask a rookie to come in. Come on, man.
I'm gonna
No.
tell you the most impressive play that I've seen from Justin Fields thus far
Mm-hmm.
is when he escaped the pocket
Mm-hmm. Rolling to the
and
right.
rolled to the left.
Mm-hmm.
He had space to get a couple yards, but he stopped behind the line of scrimmage and slung it.
Mm-hmm. And gunned it.
That's growth.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yeah.
growth. Because before he'd have just seen that I'm gonna get what I can get out the play. And I
Right.
saw that a
Mm-hmm.
couple times in the last game where I saw the one where that was real questionable. That joke was like on the line when he let it go.
Right.
Yeah, see, now that is what I'm talking about from a mobile quarterback. Not
Mm-hmm.
only do you have to worry about him moving, but
Well,
when
them
he's
legs.
moving, you still have to worry about him throwing it down the field.
Right.
That's what made Steve Young dangerous.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Steve Young became dangerous because they knew he could get out the pocket. And once he got out the pocket, unlike, other quarterbacks who could run, he's still looking down the field. So now
Right.
the DBs can't turn around and say, "Oh, he's coming." No, you better stay with your man, or you giving up six. It's
Better.
gonna be
Better.
reservations for six.
Better play your defensive gap or your defensive assignment. Because let me tell you, another throw I like when he threw the Pickens. He
Hmm.
rolled out to his right, and I think it was they were wearing white, so they weren't at home.
Oh, you talking about
And
that
he
Denver
threw it.
game?
I think it was the Denver game, and he up the right sideline,
Yep.
and he threw it over his shoulder, and he hit Pickens in the hands, bro.
Right.
I'm like, man,
Yeah.
that throw was so on point, man.
On the
The
run.
accuracy on the run, on the motherfucking run, dog.
On the run.
And put it in. Couldn't have handed it to him no better.
Hey, only
So,
one person could get that unless that DB had like a 40-something inch vertical.
man, a perfect throw like that will be the coverage every time.
I'm trying to tell you.
A perfect throw like that, that's the only way it's gonna be the coverage. A throw like that. Ain't no other way, man. So I like what I'm seeing so far,
Yeah.
and I'm glad he's showing the naysayers what he can really do, man.
Yeah.
I really and I'm happy for him. I'm glad he's with a different organization, a more structured organization, and he got a bona fide Hall of Fame head coach.
Yeah.
Let's not forget that. You see what I'm saying? Never had a losing season. Okay,
Yeah. And
you
I'm
know.
looking at I'm not 100% sold on the OC in his play calling, but I
Mm-mm.
will say that I am between 70 to 75% sold.
It's still early though.
Yeah.
It's still early. Yeah,
Now
it's still early.
Where Justin can really hurt these people is when we have those two tight end sets, because you do not
Hmm.
have linebackers that's going to be able to cover both of them tight ends.
Mm-mm.
Fire Muse and no. And
And if you
Watson,
going
no.
right, and if you going man to man, your
Hmm.
back turned to Justin. What you think he gonna do then?
Right.
Okay. If once
And
he see them numbers from the defenders, he ain't
oh,
got nothing but green grass in front of him.
let it rock, man. Listen, step
And
on the
he run a
gas,
full
step on the
four.
gas.
And he run a full four. Now you ain't really see him stretch out on one yet. Now, no,
Not
not
yet.
yet. Uh-uh.
Not yet.
Wait till he stretch out on one. I want to see him stretch out on about a 70 or 75 yard. Yes, sir. Let that Ferrari loose, man. Get that Ferrari out the garage, man. Shit, he gonna be
Put that
about
joke
let.
on the road.
Yeah, shit. You ain't bought it for nothing. Drive
Did you
that
see?
mother.
Did you see Big Boy hurdle the man?
Oh man, did I? Man,
6'7", 270.
yeah, at least, at least, man. That's a big old boy, man. You don't want none of that. Nobody
Hey,
want none of that.
I'd have been happy to have
Nah.
him hurdle me. If he's hurdling me, that means he ain't running me
Yeah,
over.
you can make it look good and dive at his ankles. Fuck it. Because if you take that on, you out 4 to 6 weeks with a separated shoulder. So fuck that. I ain't. Nah,
Right, he already
I want
going
to
full
play.
speed.
Okay. Nah, I'm not getting in front of that, man. I'll dive at his ankles. I'll make him jump.
2 words: business decision.
You're right. If I hit this motherfucker, I'm gonna get a separated shoulder. I'm out 4 to 6 weeks. And by then we might not make the playoffs. So if I come back, what I'm coming back for? Well, nah, man. He gonna make him jump me. Let my teammates clean it up.
Somebody else
Right.
back there.
Yeah, somebody behind you, but
I know the play.
somebody,
Somebody else
for
back
real.
there.
Make it look good on film though. I dove, coach. You know,
I tried.
cause, you,
I just
cause
tried to get
yeah,
the
cause
legs from under him.
it's gonna come up in film room. Man, nah, it's
And
gonna come
anybody
up in
that doesn't
film room.
understand, oh well.
Hey,
So we have an
hey.
NBA season coming up.
Oh yeah, it's a good time to be a sports fan, bro. Yes, sir.
It's gonna be. We have to see how things start out because we know on paper, games aren't won or lost on paper.
Mm-mm. No,
So
sure ain't.
do you see Boston as a favorite to repeat?
I do, I do. But here's the thing, man. I'm not really into the NBA like that. I watch it, but it don't get good to me until playoff time, April. You know, I mean, I keep up with it, but some nights I may watch a game,
Yeah.
but it don't have the flair it used to have. You know what I'm saying? It don't grab me like that like it used to, man.
I'm gonna tell you. I said this before, and I'm gonna say it again. What they did is they understood they were in a softer generation, so
Hmm.
they made the game easier so that their stats could rival their predecessors.
Mm.
Because
That's
remember, once again, we talk about a business.
yeah, that's what it is.
We,
At the end of the
we've
day,
gotten to the point now where it is more business than competition.
business and entertainment.
Yep, business and entertainment more than its
Yeah.
competition. So that's why I
Yep.
don't go for they are more. For one, you can't say they're more skilled and more talented. Like we went through that list the other day, and when it came to actual skill sets, other eras really topped it. I mean, we can't beat the shooting in this era. Shooting is better.
Hmm.
Co-
I'll say that.
Coaching is better.
Yeah, I can see that.
In my opinion, coaching is better because the coaches actually let the players play to their skill set as opposed to forcing them to play because of a certain height or because of a certain size. Because Kevin Durant would be in the post back in the 80s.
Oh yeah, it was a different game back then. Yeah,
Right.
yeah, it was a different game back
And
then.
you
Yeah,
had to
he had
be
to play down low.
special in order to just go out there and shoot 30 times or whatever as a point guard.
Hell yeah.
And that's why you
And
really can't compare. I can't say that any point
back then,
guard
point
now,
guard other than Magic, point guards didn't really score a lot. Back
right?
then.
Because it wasn't their job to score a lot.
Mm-mm.
Not saying that they couldn't, but their
Right.
job was to set up the offense.
Yeah, it was the quarterback.
Yeah. So
Hmm.
you didn't have point forwards like that left and right.
Mm.
They got the ball when somebody gave it to them, which is one of
No
the reasons why.
rebounding defense.
Right. So it's hard. Like I was looking at the numbers. Wasn't I don't think it was last year, probably year before last. And I was looking at Curry's assist numbers.
Hmm.
There was like 6 or 7 point guards who had more assists and played less time. And they were like somebody like Baron Davis, somebody who was going to shoot the ball. You know what I'm saying? So it's not the fact that he's a shooter or a scorer,
Right.
but he's just not the setting up the offensive type of guy. So how can
Right.
you actually put him? I think it's crazy for an era of positionless basketball to be compared to eras where you were inside of a box. You take other point guards. Magic distributed the ball. That was the point guard's job. There was no, oh, go out there and do what you feel like doing. You know, you want to post up this game. Maybe you want no. Your job is to get everybody the ball at the point guard position. Power forward and center. Your job, you box out, you get rebounds, you find ways to score. I will get you the ball. The three man, we gonna get you the ball, and you gonna score, or you gonna have an all around game.
Right.
You didn't have. Okay, we gonna let the small forward bring it up the entire game. No, you didn't have that. Even when you had scorers like Alex English and Dominique Wilkins and them boys, you they wasn't
Yeah.
bringing the ball up. They weren't setting the
And
offense up.
they ran the fast break different back then because
Yeah.
back then 3-on-1 you went to the goal. Now they go to the 3-point line. What? Wait a minute. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Coach
So
Mitchell would have been cussing us out like, oh, boy.
I say about 98% of the coaches in America, I don't care what level, would have put you on the pine. They'd have called a
What?
time. Lord knows you better make it.
Man,
You better make, because if you miss,
boy,
it's gonna be a timeout, and you might as well get ready to hold that hold that pine for the
Coach,
rest of the game.
Coach Mitchell gonna cuss your ass out. I'm telling you right now. Boy, what the hell you doing?
Oh shoot! I remember they
Mm-mm.
had some type of summer league going. Um,
Mm-hmm.
when I think that was the year I graduated. Yeah, it was the year I graduated, and he saw me at the rec, and he was like, "Who's that kid?" And the boy's like, "Oh, that's such such. He live in Lincoln Apartments. Oh, hey."
Oh, Mitchell, man. He a trip, man. I mean, something else. Funky Mitch. Drew. Yo. Well, Drew dropped out for a minute. But like we were saying, so far the Steelers having a good season, man, and we just hope it can continue. And as Justin continues to feel more confident with the offense, the OC will let him, expand a little more. And I think it's coming soon. I was just saying, Drew,
Yeah.
that I want to read an article here from Steeler Depot, man. One second, let me pull it up here. And this is from the Steelers Depot. And Graciano from ESPN said this about what the Steelers think about Justin, man. He said the Steelers are extremely pleased with Justin Fields and the way he has improved over weeks.
Yeah.
And they say he brought a confidence to the huddle right away that really caught everyone's attention, and then it's just grown week over week. So right there, that's a definition of a leader. That shows he's battle tested, man. He done had
Yeah.
3 years in Chicago, you know.
Yeah.
So when he come in, he ready. He ready, man.
And yeah, these guys they not only play in the league, they're watching what's going on.
Oh yeah,
You know,
absolutely, man.
they knew that. I mean, these guys know that a quarterback is only as good as his supporting cast.
Oh yeah,
There's only,
on
like I
every
said,
level.
there's only been one quarterback that I've ever seen with a supporting cast in the NFL that has carried them to the promised land, and that's been Cam.
That's who?
Cam. Cam Newton.
Cam Newton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That year that Carolina went to the Super
Oh
Bowl
yeah. Oh
with
yeah.
no receivers,
Mm-hmm.
suspect
Yeah.
running game.
Yeah.
I don't know if we gonna ever see anything like that again,
No.
and I don't think people understand
Mm-mm.
how how
Did didn't he win
elite.
MVP that year?
I think he may. If he didn't, he should have.
I think he won MVP that year too. Yeah, man. People sleep on Cam, man.
I don't think people understand how great of a season
Mm-hmm.
that was, because I think they got in the playoffs at like what 8-7-1,
Something like that. Yeah.
and I really, I'm gonna tell you right now, I expected them to be out in the first round because I want to say um they played like the Cardinals or something,
Mm-hmm.
and I was thinking, okay, well he's not gonna be able to throw the ball, So the defense gonna be able to focus on him, and it didn't pan out like that. And so I'm thinking, okay, they
Mm-mm.
escaped that round. They'll probably go out in the next round. The next round, I'm like, well, dang,
You got a difference maker at quarterback, man.
yeah. He did the same thing that with them that he did when he was at Auburn.
Mm-hmm.
He he
Yeah.
he he was the man, and that to me that was the greatest season you'll ever see at quarterback, regardless of the yards or whatever. For you to lead your team there without a true number one, you
Yep.
don't have a true number
He did it.
one. Yeah, you have a true number one. So what's your number two looking like?
The number one, because he had quarterback.
I'm talking about you didn't
That's
have
the
a true
number
number
one.
one receiver.
Oh no, no, no,
Yeah, he didn't have a true Kelvin Benjamin.
no. Come on.
And my cousin
Steve
Danny
Smith
swear
to a
under
degree.
him. Huh?
Now he did play with Steve Smith one year, right?
Yeah. Oh, a couple years.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know what happened with that. I thought that
Mm-hmm.
when they traded Steve or whatever they did with Steve, I was thinking, okay, this is going to make Cam a better quarterback because he's not going to have that one dude. He's just going to throw the ball in his area and have him go get it. He's going to have to spread the ball around, but they never got him anybody else who had the potential. Well, they might have had the potential, but didn't have the talent to really do anything special like
Right.
that.
No, he
I
didn't
think
have too many weapons, right?
no, I think he had a tight end, and that might have been it.
Mm-hmm. But you know what, man? I was thinking. I was
Yeah.
looking at some film on Justin and the offense in general.
Hmm.
I got love for Najee, man. He's a hard running kid. He get them tough yards. He will punish a defender. However, if the Steelers get them a young, explosive back,
Hmm.
that when he hit that hole, he can take it to the house at any time. That's what they need back there with Justin. A
Yeah.
double threat.
Yeah.
That's when that offense will open up. But I'm telling you, they get them a young back like the kid from Indianapolis. What is his name? Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah.
Yeah, get something like that from the Big Ten, the hard running back. Mm-hmm. Yes,
But
sir.
the thing with Najee is he's a victim of his own success because everywhere he's gone thus far, he's just run.
Mm-hmm.
I watch him now, and the difference when you saw when Cordell Patterson was in,
Mm-hmm.
Cordell Patterson looked for the hole.
Yeah, he could hit the hole
Najee,
quicker too.
he's running the play the way that it's scripted, and even if there's no hole there, he's running up his lineman's
Mm-hmm.
back and stuff like.
Mm-hmm.
No, bruh.
You got to have better vision than that.
Right. And lots of Pittsburgh fans are ready to dump him. And remember, they have not picked
Yeah,
up his fifth-year option.
yeah. He won't be there next year, man. Let's just be honest. He won't.
Yeah.
We're being honest. No, he won't. So, like I said, I got love for the kid, but if they get a different, more explosive back, the offense will be even more potent. You know what I mean? Plus a
Yeah.
receiver. Oh my goodness, man. Be looking
Um,
good. Real good.
Warren is going to have to come in and push it. I'd love to see a combination of Warren and Patterson.
Mm-hmm.
Really more than having Najee in because Najee is
Because
just
yeah,
not.
and you can tell with Patterson, he could because on offense is a lot about timing. And as soon as the linemen were making those blocks, he was making them cuts and
Right.
getting up the field, getting yardage. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it's a different tempo to the offense when Patterson was running the ball than when Najee get the ball, man. So yeah, and everywhere Patterson go, he produced. I mean, he from Rock Hill, South Carolina, homeboy.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah. He's stud, man. Stud dude, man. And he from the crib.
Yeah, because I watched
Yes,
that
sir.
drive when we were that driving. We were driving down, and Patterson was leading the way, and I was
Yeah,
watching.
yeah,
I'm watching. I see where the players develop, and it's just like one move.
yeah. And he up the
One
field.
move. Yeah, and he's getting extra
Mm-hmm.
yards. It's like
Mm-hmm.
he's not what they call it was a difference. It's like what's my man name? Le'Veon Bell
Oh
when he
yeah, he
came in.
wasn't pussyfooting like Le'Veon.
Yeah,
Man, I
but
hated that technique, man.
with the blocking scheme, it worked, and that's another thing. Some running backs style does not match the blocking scheme.
Nah,
That
I,
zone
it,
blocking scheme with a runner like that who can take a step and knows where the linemen are flowing and then go from there. It's almost like a quarterback reading the offense.
yeah, but when it comes to the timing of the offense, from the center snap to the quarterback to the handoff to the running back, done at 100% full speed. You know what I'm saying? Because of the timing, blocks, and everything to hit the hole at the right time. And I've seen a lot of times Le'Veon let that it didn't execute like that. And I knew that was his style, and sometimes it worked. Sometimes it
Yeah,
worked. It worked a lot of times. But I'm like, man, if he just hit it up in there, oh man,
it
full
it worked.
speed.
It
Ooh,
worked a lot better when they changed the zone blocking.
yeah.
And like that first game that he played, it was, if I'm not mistaken, it was like overseas in England or something. His first game,
Mhm.
because he didn't play the first game. I think he was injured, and I still wasn't sold on him. But I saw that he ran hard, and he was good out the backfield. I said, okay,
He was
well, let's
strong
see.
too.
Yeah, so I said, well, yeah, we'll see how this goes. And then it still wasn't working, and then they changed. I think we had what's my man named Tunch Ilkin as an O line coach, and
Hmm.
they changed it up to a zone blocking scheme. And after that, he took off.
Hmm. Dropped the weight because he was a fat ass at Michigan State.
When you carried it as much as he did, he
Hmm.
wanted some extra. 'Cause, yeah, they
He was
had
a big
him.
old boy now. He
Yeah,
was almost 250 at Michigan State. But he could run that rock though.
yeah, but
God
and they kept
damn.
they fed him at Michigan State.
Oh man, did they? Shh.
They fed him.
Okay, he was a bull at Michigan State. Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
Le- Le'Veon was the real deal. Did you see Le'Veon Bell and Adrian Peterson in the boxing match?
I heard about it. I didn't watch it.
Man, Le'Veon knocked AP on his ass, boy. I'm telling you, man. Bell put it on AP ass, boy. You know, AP, big dude. He ain't no small dude now.
Right.
Shit. Le'Veon Bell clocked it. I said, oh shit. I ain't heard from AP since. I heard he went broke.
mm,
I was reading an article where he went broke, man. Like, damn, AP got over 100 million in his career. Fuck you doing? Damn.
man, y'all gotta understand. And taxes gonna eat you up from the jump. You can't go out there and try to live la vida loca. You
Mm-mm.
know.
And you can't go out there paying for everybody and splurging like that, man.
Right.
Can't do that shit. Yeah, you making that money, but that shit gotta last you for the rest of your life, man.
Right.
Fuck
They
that
acting like it regenerates. It don't regenerate.
shit. And if you get hurt, oh goodness, come on. So you gotta be smart, man. And I think that's happening NFL wide now, especially with the NIL and all that. I think you
Yeah.
see a different athlete now. You see a more business type athlete now. And I
They
and I like it, man. 'Cause for so
yeah.
long, kids have been coming from poverty-stricken backgrounds, going to these schools, making these schools hella money, man, hella rich, and wasn't getting nothing. So for them now to be getting something in the NIL, I like to see it, man. I'm all for it. I'm glad it's finally happening, man.
And in the pros, I'm glad they have people they can see who've been in their positions. Not just one person, but people who they can see who've been in
Mhm.
their positions and have made their money work for them.
Right.
Like they
Right.
what was the reel I saw? They had Adrian Dantley as a crossing guard. And he was like, dang, this was, why is he a crossing guard? This man played, but they didn't know that this dude's just doing it to have something to do.
They have something to do. He done retired.
No, not only he retired, the dude got businesses with an
Yeah.
S. But see,
Okay.
nobody, what I'm saying, they didn't promote, oh, Adrian Dantley's doing well, because they're really only promoting those that
Oh
went
yeah.
broke.
Yeah.
You know, Adrian
Hmm.
Dantley has that, what they would call that generation wealth, because
Oh
he
yeah.
has multiple businesses that are doing well.
Okay. Okay.
So
Like Magic.
now these athletes can see, like in the '80s, nobody knew about. I mean, there were some people that knew about it, but it wasn't put out there like that,
It
and
wasn't prevalent. You know.
not even close. And I forgot who that was that pulled Shaq to the side and told him, "Look, bro, you got to do better with your money."
Yeah, I think it was. He said who it was too.
Yeah,
Yeah, I forgot. I know that story. He told that story. I know exactly what
yeah.
you're talking about.
Same thing with Barkley.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So there were some vets that were, telling these
Oh
kids,
yeah.
"Hey, man."
Yeah.
But were
Yeah.
they listening? They weren't listening. A lot of them weren't listening because they didn't see it.
Right. And they were young at the time, just getting in the league. So, they wide eyed and ready to go. They can't tell them boys nothing. They'll hear you, but man.
This Joker calling me again.
Hmm?
Third shift guy. I'm like, yo, bruh, it's almost
Say what
11 o'clock. Don't call me. I ain't trying to go back in. I already put my time in today.
okay. I know that's right.
If you got a problem, fix it.
Yeah.
But I hope that problem ain't that you can't make it in.
When you're in charge, take charge.
You know.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
Mm-mm.
sir.
But yeah,
Yeah,
you
man.
got them guys, and Barkley was like, Moses Malone and them cats,
Yeah.
because I'm
Yeah.
sure they'd seen it 1,005,000 times. You
Mhm.
got cats
Oh
like
yeah.
Antoine Walker, who he'll squander what they say about 180 mil.
Yeah. Something like that. Something like that, bro. And what's Rashid McCants? Didn't he the
Yeah,
same thing happen to him?
yeah.
Like,
Now
damn.
Allen Iverson was lucky.
To a degree, yes. He had some
Yeah,
people looking out for him to fight him not looking out for himself. Yes.
right, because that
Yeah.
deal he made with Reebok, which I
Mm-hmm.
believe he should have his
Hmm.
money now. He should
Yeah,
be
I think
about
so.
50.
Okay. He was supposed to get like what? Something I
Uh,
forgot how much it was.
yeah, it's supposed to be in the millions when he hit 50.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Like, man, that's what's up, boy. Chilling.
You got to look forward to the future. I mean, that Magic Johnson hadn't made his fortune really yet, but
Mm-hmm.
you know,
After basketball, though.
yeah,
Okay.
you got to think that unless you plan on, just giving up on life after that, then you might want to plan for it.
Yeah, we definitely doing that. How many Starbucks is it? Like thousands of them shits, man.
Man, listen, Magic had the Starbucks, the
Okay, movie
theater, the
theaters.
TGI Fridays, and
Okay, I'm
all
like,
that
yo,
stuff.
Shaq, man.
Yeah.
I see Shaq on every fucking commercial. Every fucking channel I turn to, I see this big motherfucker on the TV. Like Shaq sponsored by everybody. He promote. He don't turn down no gigs, bro.
Right,
Mm-mm.
right. There's gonna be no, and he can live the life he wants to live because
Exactly.
it's money coming in. It's not just the money sitting in a pile
Constantly.
and you taking from it. It's
Hmm.
still more money coming in.
Replenish, replenish, replenish. Rinse,
Right.
repeat, right?
But that's what these younger dudes needed to see. And I think they have classes now
Yeah,
for
they
rookies.
do. Yeah.
So,
In
some gonna
fact,
pay attention and some of them won't, but
yeah, but in fact, it goes down to high school. My son is taking a financial literacy class in high school, bro.
it's about time they had that.
I, I'm like, yo, man, you better take advantage of that opportunity, that class. I don't do. I told him just like that. I said, I don't give a fuck. You learn what's in there because you're gonna need it, bro. numbers, money, how to calculate that shit in your head without having to, you know. I said,
Yeah.
learn it, man. Learn that shit. Learn all about the stock market and all that shit. I told him, you going as a man, you gonna need to know all that shit, man.
Because they're not gonna give you all that you need, but
Mm-mm.
they're gonna give you some stuff that you have to build
Right,
off of.
right. Give you a foundation of that shit. Cause we
Yeah.
ain't took no classes like that in school. Hell no.
Wasn't available.
Hell
Was not even an
no.
option.
For real. For real, bro. What you think about the college football season so far, man? Who you see dominating in the playoffs, man? Because it's gonna be a 12-team playoffs.
And that's the good thing. It's going to be a 12-team playoff. The
It
thing
is. I
is,
like that. I like that.
the more teams. I mean, of course, they're doing it for the money, but uh, for the fan, it's more of we're tired of certain teams being left out.
Hmm. It gives everybody a shot.
Yeah, it
It
gives
gives
more
it
people a
gives
shot.
people a shot. It gives more people a shot. Yeah, I like it. And I'm rooting for the underdog. I can't help it, man. I like to see the upsets. And college football is upset central, man. Ain't nothing like an
Right.
upset in college football that you know it's gonna be hard to bounce back from this. So
Yeah.
that's what I'm looking forward to. But in the playoffs, you lose, you go home, bro. So,
Right. Ain't
uh,
no six
would you
game, no 7 game series.
no, hell no. Hell no. Your ass is gone. What you think
One.
Colorado might do if they get in the playoffs, man? I think they got a shot, man. With Shador at quarterback.
Yeah, they're gonna have to basically win out.
Think so?
They're gonna.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Win their conference. They're gonna have to win their conference.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because it's still like everybody's against them.
it is. And I don't understand. I don't get it, man. I mean,
So,
I do get it as jealousy, yeah, but
yeah.
yo, man, everybody got their style of doing how they want to do it. And, I
Right.
mean, it worked. It's working. So, and, I mean, and plus Dion always been flashy. When has Dion Sanders not been a flashy dude, man? Come
Right.
on, man. I mean, he's always been this way.
Yeah, and,
But
and and it's really showing you they tolerated it more than they liked it back then.
yeah, I
That's
know they
that's
did.
the
I
thing.
know they hated it back then. Boy, back
Right.
then, shit.
Because
You
not
know
only was
that.
he flashy, but he was successful with it.
Hmm. Yeah, he was talented.
Yeah, it,
Hmm.
it wasn't like he
Hmm.
was talking a lot of trash and all that and getting
Right.
burnt. And, no, he
Nah.
was backing up everything that he was talking about.
Yeah. Picking it off and taking it to the house, high stepping on it. Boy, that's
He was
prime time.
the Floyd Mayweather of the
Oh,
90s.
yes. Of the NFL.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Yes,
it.
sir. Prime time.
You
He's
had
the
you had
man.
Muhammad Ali in the
Legendary.
60s, and
Hmm.
I don't know if you had anybody in the 70s or 80s, but in the 90s it was prime.
Prime, baby.
He
Hmm.
calling his
All
shot,
prime. All
all
prime.
prime. Yeah,
Yes,
and of
sir.
course they didn't like it, but the league was making money off of it, so they
Oh,
really
yeah.
weren't going to say anything about it.
No, hell no. You know that. And that's what it's about at the end of the day, the bottom line.
Yeah,
If you can help increase that, we'll let you do what you kind of we give you a pass. We let you
right.
go.
As
Yeah.
long as you're producing with that, as long
Hmm.
as once
Yeah.
they feel that maybe you're getting too big, or say you're not helping their bottom line. Well, people wanted to be entertained, and that's what he
Yeah.
did.
It's
He
entertain.
entertained.
Yeah.
He entertained them.
It's sports entertainment, man. Yeah. So yeah, man.
Oh shoot! Who has a big
I'm
game
watching
this weekend on college?
in college. Let's see. Let's see here. College football. Mm, mm, mm. Let's see. Shit, I'm Justin Fields here, but we need this college football. Get away from college football. Okay. I don't know. It might stroll across the screen here real quick. I'm trying to look it up. Every week is a good game. So
Yeah,
did you watch that Alabama Georgia game?
man, let me tell you, the lights
That
went
was a
out in the
game.
hotel.
Oh, right. I forgot
I
how you
was
felt
at the,
about
you
that.
know, I was at the hotel and I was about to go to my room and kick back and watch it, and the lights went out, so I had to go around the hotel, make sure everything was straight and all that. Then I remember that I had the Dofu Sports, so I went and grabbed my
Hmm.
iPad and I started watching it. Then I had to do some more stuff, so I did see like the first quarter, most of the first half, but after that, things just started going crazy, and I had to leave. And I was like, "Oh, Alabama's stomping them." And then I see the final score, like, what did I miss? You
Okay.
know?
Yeah.
That was a
I
good one. I'm
know
glad
all.
Georgia lost, though.
Yeah. Yeah. That's shit. Georgia like Kirby Smart like 1-6 against Alabama. It's like, damn, I didn't know that, man. Like,
They had their
damn,
number.
the student couldn't beat the teacher, man. But
That's
that's when
it.
Saban was there. And he
Yeah.
learned under Saban, so yeah.
But yeah, for Georgia to always have a top recruiting class, I'm like, this doesn't make sense.
Hey man, Bama. Like, and the quarterback was the difference maker.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if you in the Big Ten, but you got Minnesota and Michigan. Michigan ranked
Yeah.
12. Illinois at number 9, Penn State. Oklahoma State 20 or number 20, Oklahoma State at number 23, Kansas State.
So do you think Texas is for real?
I I think so, man. I think so. All right, they look like it, bro. I ain't gonna lie. They look good. They look real good. And Arch Manning, he surprised me. I didn't know he was that fast, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
got wheels.
they say he's the one Manning
Yeah, he is.
that
He is nothing like his uncles, man. No, 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 no. He more like his granddaddy than his uncles,
Right.
man. Yeah, he got that from his granddad.
Because you
Okay,
wouldn't
here's
worry
a
about the
game.
mother jokers.
No, it's Skip Payton and Eli. It hit him though. But yeah, Arch Manning, I think he's the real deal, man. And he a freshman. So I
Yeah.
mean, so that tell you right there. And look who he got as his support system and learning and tutoring and mentoring. Come on, man. I mean,
Who do they have there?
yeah.
Like other than his family. Do you have
That's what I'm
somebody
talking
else?
about. His uncles. No, I'm talking about his uncles. Just his granddaddy, his uncles, his family.
Yeah.
They gonna make sure he, you know, they are. But here's a big college game this weekend. Let's get it. And I think I want to keep it. Number 15 Louisville at number 12 Notre Dame.
Mm,
That's gonna be a good. That's gonna be a good.
mm. Gotta keep my eye on
One.
that one. I'm off tomorrow, so
Wait a minute. I think that was last week. No, that was week 5. Yeah, yeah.
uh, I'll keep my eye
September
open for some
27th. Man.
games. Cause like I
Let's
said, I'm
see.
off. So
Okay, here you go. Fox Sports. Okay, week 6, October 4th. Okay, here goes the update. My bad. Disregard. Please disregard that. That was last week's game. It's this week game. Yeah, okay. I'm watching the Michigan State Oregon game now. Oregon kicking their ass 21 minutes.
I keep
Oregon
forgetting
ranked.
that's Friday night games now.
Yeah,
They're trying to get all the money they can. That's
yeah,
that's
Oregon
all.
ranked number 6. UCLA at number 7, Penn State. Penn State gonna beat them. They ain't gonna go in the. They ain't gonna go into where's
I, it,
Penn
I've
State?
called now while living in Pennsylvania. I've
Mm-hmm.
called Penn State overrated you.
Why is that?
I felt that they've always, as a team, they've always been overrated.
Man, they don't won some games, you know.
Yeah, but
And Penn State used to be Penn State. Penn State was a powerhouse, bro.
yeah, but it was
Especially
like
Joe Paterno was there.
okay. To me, Penn State has always either been in the second or third best conference. So them dominating their conference just wasn't as impressive to me because
Big
when they
Ten.
played back when we were in high school, ACC.
Yeah, that was a big time. That was a big conference back then.
Yeah,
Clemson.
and that's when
Yeah.
Florida State stepped in there. And you saw when
Man.
they stepped in like the
Ooh,
toughest conference, and they stepped in like gangbusters.
you ain't kidding. Boy, when they came in the ACC, they just
They
goodness.
took over,
Yes, they did.
and I did not see that coming.
No.
I did not see that coming. I mean, I would think, okay, yeah, they're gonna beat the Dukes. You know, they're gonna beat North Carolina. Yeah.
Yeah.
But they were beating everybody.
Oh man, they're running the table, man.
And back then, if Florida, let's just say Florida ran it. Because if it wasn't Miami, Florida State, or University of Florida, Florida ran it. So if Penn State wasn't playing, you know what I'm saying, and beating up on them, I just wasn't as impressed.
I get what you're saying. What you're saying.
I mean, I see that, yeah, they're good, but in your regular season, since these teams aren't in your conference and you have slots for non-conference play, schedule one of them.
Yeah. Strength of schedule, right? That's part of
being
college football.
Especially back then, because there was no playoff.
BCS. Yeah, it was the BCS back then too.
Right.
Yeah. How about this game? Auburn at number 5, Georgia.
I feel sorry for Auburn.
Yeah, I think Georgia
boys gonna be on a mission. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Georgia gonna beat them. Okay, here's a good one. Number 10, Michigan at Washington, the Huskies. That's gonna be a hard one, Michigan.
The Huskies doing something this year?
No, but it's hard to beat them in Washington, man. Even if they're mediocre because of the crowd, the noise, the atmosphere, you know.
Yeah, that 11th man, that 12th man.
Yeah, you got all the right things lined up at home. Some things can happen, man.
And we're talking about Washington. You know, we see how Seattle's 12th man is in the pros. So you know, same state, same. You know,
be that kind of game, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, that college game is looking forward. I like watching that college.
I know we play Dallas this week in the pros, so I will be in front of my TV.
Absolutely, in prime time, so everybody can see. Yeah,
right.
Absolutely, man. No doubt about it, man. We coming up on an hour. Drew, any final thoughts on the sports weekend?
Man, it's gonna be a good weekend in sports. You know, and like I said, the NBA is coming up soon, the NBA season. So we're gonna have college football, college basketball, pro football, pro basketball. So if you're a sports fan, this is gonna be your time.
Tune in, man. Tune in.
Tune in and tell your girlfriends and all that. Don't get mad because this is just the time when you're going to be overloading in sports.
And it'll be on the weekend, man. We have weekend sports shows, man. So, you know, guys can come on, we can get a panel going, and that's eventually how I want to get the channel and get my channel back going, man. You know. So, yeah, man. On the weekends, Friday night, Saturday night, maybe Sunday during the day or something, but definitely during the weekends, I'm a hold a sports panel all weekend, and guys can come on and just chop it up. We're gonna talk shit about your teams now.
Yep.
So if you come over here sensitive and because your team lost, and you know you don't want to hear nobody talk about your team, don't come over here.
I had a dude.
We gonna roast you over here, Doc. We gonna roast you over here, QB, man.
Hey, we had a dude on Facebook. homegirl posted a post about the game last night, and I was like, both teams are bums. And so a Falcon fan jumped on. Oh, who's your team? I'm the Steelers. Oh, y'all. I was like, didn't we beat? He told us, Bun said, he said, call us Dusty. Or didn't we beat y'all? So what does that make you?
Thank you.
Oh, y'all barely won it, and y'all couldn't score a touchdown. I said, so what's worse? The fact, I said, isn't it bad that we couldn't score a touchdown and still beat you?
And still won? I said, y'all are bums.
Right. I'm like, y'all, they did nothing. And da 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 da. I'm like, hold up.
We beat y'all ass.
He said, I said, well, the most famous thing that you guys are known for is giving up the biggest lead in the Super Bowl.
Wow. Don't remind him of that.
Oh man, he's like, and y'all, they did nothing. We ain't been relevant since Ben and none. I said, hold up, didn't y'all just have like 6 straight losing seasons? I'm not debating with anybody that always has a top 10 pick.
For real. If you in the top 10 of the drafts annually, dude, nah.
You cellar dwellers. I call that joke Igor. I call him Igor. Get back to the cellar, Igor. That's where y'all at all the time. In the cellar.
Yeah, but yeah, man. I look for so what you think going into the Dallas game, Pittsburgh game plan should primarily be? Now keep in mind, Dallas is losing a lot of key players on defense.
And we're losing a lot of key players as well. That's what's going to keep the game close.
But what do you think the run game that the Steelers can establish a run game now that
it's going to depend on which offensive lineman can make it back for the game. Because I think, if I'm not mistaken, we had only had 2 starters last week, which they did in the run game. It just didn't look well, except for Patterson. No. It didn't look well for Najee. That's
right.
The best way.
And their backups. They're backups for a reason.
Right.
Yeah.
Some people act like they don't understand. There's a reason that this dude is not the starter.
For real.
He's serviceable in certain situations, but there's a reason he's not the starter.
Right. That's just football, man. I mean, maybe with more reps he can get better. Yeah. I mean,
yeah.
But he's a backup for a reason, though.
So
you're right. People forget that.
When such and such come in, it's too much. I play Madden, but I think it's too much Madden mentality and video game mentality where you think you can just plug and play.
Yeah.
You don't have. That's not.
You know what? I see that in dudes' comments a lot, man. They just throw out the numbers and don't break down the game within the game to properly analyze things. They just go off the numbers and the bad features. Come on, man.
Right. It doesn't work that way. It's like, in basketball, who was it? Dr. J, when he was averaging 26, 27, 28 points a game. And he got a teammate who was a high scorer too. And his average went down. So if you see that in that situation, you should know that in other situations, it's possible too. Or why did they keep scoring 25, 26 points a game? Well, maybe they got a teammate. If you get a scorer and you don't let them score, that's bad for chemistry. Okay. You want chemistry you want your points to be, okay, well, we can, if I'm used to averaging 27 and you used to averaging 25, let's meet in the middle. We both get 21 and, we get this. And then other people can get in on it too. But then now you got a 2-headed monster you got to worry about in crunch time.
Now, but if I'm hot, feed me now.
Yeah,
if I'm hot,
feed the hot man. That's supposed to be rule number 1. Feed the hot man.
Right. Feed the hot man, though. And I see Kyrie do that. And so if somebody hot and Kyrie playing with him, Kyrie feed him. Man.
Yeah,
I don't see a lot of dudes do that.
Yeah, that's what you're supposed to do, though. You're supposed to feed the hot man.
Feed the hot man.
Fan the flames. I don't care if he missed it. He got missed by 3 or 4 in a row before I stopped feeding him.
Yeah, feed him. Feed him. I believe in that, man.
And he said, feed you sleeping pills and keep feeding you. And feed you.
That was on Wu-Tang album, right?
Oh yeah. What did he say? He said, sew your butt shut and keep feeding you and feeding you and feeding you.
Man, crazy. Speaking of Wu-Tang, Doc and Meth in Colombia on the 18th of this month, man.
No,
Yeah, at the Colonial Arena.
man. Dang, you
I
know
know,
I'm a
man.
big Doc fan.
Oh
Doc's
man,
been my
them my
dude ever
guys right there,
since.
man. Those are my guys right
What
there.
the album, man. That first
Yeah.
album had me going. The first album,
Funk Doctor, baby.
Funk Doctor Spot. Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Reggie
that should be a good
Noble.
one. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. But Drew, I appreciate you hopping on with me, man. We did about an hour, chopped it up with some
Okay.
sports. And
No
like I
doubt.
said, this will be the G to QB weekend sports talk show. And let people know about it, man. I'm not a big social media guy. I'm not huge on it, but hey, I'm glad you were able to come on for a little while.
Yeah, man.
So
Didn't get to make it the other night, and you know how things get. I
right.
said, I'm gonna
I
make it
know how
tonight
it is,
though.
man. Yeah,
I'm
man.
gonna
It's
make it
like,
tonight though. Especially I'm off now. I don't have to work in the
okay.
morning. Oh
Okay.
man.
So hey man, shoot. I like and sometimes during the day if I'm watching a game, I like to
Mm-hmm.
fire up and on the weekends, but it'd be mostly like after the games during the day, that evening or that night, I'll hop on and we can talk some games, man.
Okay.
You know. Yeah, man.
Okay.
But until the next time,
All
uh
right.
if you like the video, subscribe to the channel, man, and let the people know if you got any questions about sports or you want us to talk about, leave it in the comment section.
Yeah,
Until the
hey,
next
make sure
time,
you
Drew.
post this to your page too, man. You know what I'm saying? Post
Oh
it on
yeah,
your wall and highlight everyone. So,
for sure.
people will see it and they want to jump on. They're like, oh, shoot, I want to jump on and talk some trash.
Oh, absolutely, man. For
Uh,
sure, man. Well, yeah, man. Drew, be safe, bro, and
all right, you
we'll
too,
chat
bro.
later, man. Yeah, man. Be
Hey,
safe, man. Peace.
peace.